Given the influx of public money into the sector and into the specific banks,
Mhm.
do those banks have anything analogous to a fiduciary responsibility to serve the American economy?
I think we could say that if the money was still in there, but it was, these were preferred stakes that the government took in the banks, and for the most part, and the big banks in particular, they've all paid them back. They paid dividends on it, so it was more like the government had a stake in the bank, and now they no longer do. So from a regulatory perspective, we can continue to put regulations in place that say, here's the role that we want banks to play in our economy, and that's the way that we can approach that sort of argument. But in terms of saying, we own you, and so we're going to tell you how to do this. I think they kind of lost that when when stakes were sold out and bought back by the banks.
I'm thinking more though, we talk a lot about purpose-driven businesses here. As the manager of one of these banks, do you feel an obligation, or should you feel an obligation, to treat the American public and the American economy as one of your stakeholders?
Yes, you should. I mean, any manager worth his salt should be. And one of the things that I actually really like about Wells Fargo is very early in its annual report, in its 10K report, and I've actually heard them say this at the beginning of investor presentations and stuff like that. They have their vision, and their vision is basically to serve their customers and to get their customers the right products and the products that they need. And I think having this sort of how can we best serve our customers is the kind of focus that you need to have to create a long-lasting, top-performing business. So I think from a business performance perspective and from an investor's perspective, that's what you want to look for. From a have to on the bank's perspective, I don't think they have to function like that. As an investor myself, I would prefer to invest in a bank that is thinking like that, though.